today we are going to go on a 14-hour, yeah, that's right, you heard me, a 14-hour day trip around the country. We're going to hit up primarily Borjomi, which is like really known for like being a city of water. It's like really fresh, pure stuff. And there's a few other places I'm going to kind of leave as a surprise and slash also I'm not really too confident on how to say their names. Anyway, I digress. We are going to be leaving in a quick minute. Previous video, whatever video, I don't know when I'm putting all these out. Also, sorry, I'm not sweating. I just came out of the shower. I would have to go on the other side of town eventually to get onto the tour bus, but fortunately, the tour bus is leaving Old Tbilisi Town Square, so it is literally like a 2-minute bolt ride away, which is really, really good. It means that we can procrastinate just a little bit longer. Also, how do you guys feel about the cinematic view? Do we like it? I'm just trying stuff out. I know it can be a little bit blurry, but and things like lose focus, but I like the way it looks. And when I'm shooting off of my iPhone 15, it kind of just elevates the experience. Anyway, I am not really sure what to do. Just like the other tours that I've booked, I haven't really put too much thought into it, but I'm hoping that we can like learn something cool together. So yeah, it's very wet and rainy, but I'm still wearing a t-shirt, some shorts, because I sweat like a motherfucker. And there's no chance in hell that I'm going to be caught on a warm ass tour bus. Or I should say minivan, actually. They don't really have big tour buses here. Anyway, let's go, and I will meet you guys in what I presume to be, but maybe we'll catch maybe we'll catch up faster than that. Who knows?
Последовать с вами везде. Все досконально, в деталях объяснить, рассказать, показать. Это по вашему желанию. У нас здесь рассчитан один час. Например, горы Урал, которые постепенно разрушаются. А здесь как раз таки наоборот.
You get one on each side.
I'm not sure how great warm mineral water tastes. That was a taste. Let me give you a little bit of a rundown about Borjomi. So basically, if you come to either Georgia or Armenia, you will see this name on a lot of bottled water. So this is the site, the original bottle manufacturing plant that I believe a family, seemed like an incest family, a large one at that, maybe even a tribal group of people were the first ones here in the 19th century to bottle all this mineral water. That was what we were just trying that's what we were trying in the fountain just moments ago. And over here, we just have a huge park area. It's a little bit of a theme park / English countryside park type shit, whatever you want to call it. This is where a lot of cool mineral spring water is. Even warm water comes out around 45 degrees Celsius, I think at its hottest, which is why you saw it come out in that covered area and then it goes down. So it has time to cool off before you can then drink it at a roughly, I think it's about 25 degree Celsius temperature that it comes out in. But yeah, our tour guide just dropped us off. We have about 20 minutes before he's going to pick it up again, and we are going to be able to see the other half of this place. But as it's going right now, the tour is all right. I specifically chose an English tour because, speaking English. However, half the group is Russian or Russian speaking predominantly. And the tour guide, he clearly is more comfortable speaking in Russian. So most of the tour, whether that was in the bus or when we're actually out here at the first destination in Borjomi, most of it has been spoken in Russian. And it's kind of like a stop and go. So he'll speak mostly in Russian and then fill us in English. And, listen, we're in Georgia. They speak Russian here. It's not the end of the world. It's definitely not a surprise. However, in the last tours that I've had, when I've chosen the English one, I was expecting it to be, predominantly in English. It's kind of hard to follow along when they're speaking a language that you only know about 5% about. This is cool. Yeah, that water would definitely kill you. That water would definitely kill you. So we'll see how the rest of the trip goes. We have like what, 13, 12 more hours of this. So I think I'm just gonna find some wine along the journey and just get a little tipsy just to make it more enjoyable, I would say. So yeah, I'll meet you guys back when after the tour guide gives us some more information so I can share with you guys more about Borjomi before we go on to our next secret stop. Oh, we can't tell that I'm winking. Secret stop. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna learn anything on this trip, really, not much, and I don't think I'm gonna be seeing much of anything in terms of historical shit. I don't know. I'm just gonna be walking around these stalls of gifts and stuff and just check it out. And then if something on the rest of this trip is like noteworthy, I'll be sure to mention it to you guys. But yeah, it's a Russian language day, and you know what? It's fine. It gives me a little bit more freedom anyway. And I'll just do some post production research. Maybe give you guys some more facts. All right, guys. So I got some socks. I got with a deer. And of course, my man Stalin. You know, he's actually Georgian, apparently. And, you know, this is also a harken to the wine that we had, the semi-sweet red wine, that was apparently his favorite. So not only do I have his socks, his face on a sock, but I also tried his favorite wine. So I do have a quick thing to share with you. I was walking down the street a little bit further after grabbing the socks, and this gentleman at a food stall stand called me over. And he was like, Saudi. Like, oh no, I'm American. And he had this like beverage drink that he was stewing on like a Bunsen burner. And he asked me if I would like to try. And it's like a bunch of like grape juice, cinnamon, maybe even some wine in it. Tasted really nice, very sweet. And then he was like, oh, let me give it to you. And he poured me a cup. I was like, how much? It's like 30 lari. And then I was like, what? And he's like, 30 lari, 30. I'm like, no, I'm not paying 30 lari for that. Could easily get a bottle of wine for a lot less than that. What the fuck are we talking about here? And then he was like, oh, how much? You know, I was like, no, I don't want to pay. And he's like, 20 lari. I was like, no, thank you. You're a good businessman. And then I left. And then he poured the cup back into the pot, the same cup that I drank from. So now I'm like, what the fuck was I drinking in the first place? But yeah, just like, it didn't help that he thought I was Saudi. And then when I told him I'm American, still very affluent countries, you know? So, yep, I'm just glad I wasn't pressured, because there's definitely a timeline when I would have been pressured for sure. But now we're getting back into the van. Let's go.
Избавилась от многих вещей.
All right, so we got our ticket for the sightseeing. Okay, so we just fucking hiked halfway because all of the apartments up here are still like a bit further out. It's really warm out here, but the only thing that's keeping us cool is the strong winds. But I kind of regret not bringing my hydro flask with me because I am very thirsty. But fortunately, we got some water. That was the most messiest way I could have done that. I got some up my nose. So I actually don't know how far up here I'm willing to go. The tour guide has said that his brother had a group of 50 people and half of them are lost. So that's not something I'm trying to do myself.
In front of entrance to Vardzia. Over here we see the first floor where the horse standing spot was located along with the storage of the weapons. And so the night watches were here. So it was some kind of a gate to the entrance to the city. And as you can see over there in the bell tower, the altar over there, it is 8th floor. And in total, in general, it was from 13 to 17 floors here. But in the 1283, while the earthquake, unfortunately, it's really bad. It was almost destroyed. You can see all those big rocks. All of them are from that times.
This is quite the cinematic view of the valley. So where we are standing from is a fortress. And this was like a very important military post, trading route, religious center, everything. So, whoa. Very windy, as I said. Apparently this hike is an hour long. Fuck me. But you know what? We're gonna do it.
Main halls for political meetings and so on. Now we are going to the central part, to the monastery. Okay?
So we're like entering the bell tower of the monastery. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, looks like the brother found his group. Okay, that's good to know. But look at this view. It's insane. That's all the way where we started. Down there. Pretty cool. Yeah, seems like they found each other.
мою золю там. Огонь, и, в принципе, на всю ночь хватало. Не только здесь это можно встретить. Здесь, как видите, чуть-чуть глубоко. А в жилых комнатах эти, если запирали эту дверь, да, то есть это уже замуровывали. Но в случае. Now we are on the highest floor that being kept here. Okay, has to be 10, 11th floor. Это должен быть 10-11 этаж. Why is it?
These are some Mexican potatoes. I don't really know what makes them Mexican, but they're Mexican potato fries. And this is Souvenirs, which is like a very salty cheese, and I just absolutely love it. Ooh. So the main course is gonna come. We have chicken kebab, and I think one other thing, and like a fun little drink. And then we get this. We get the views of the mountains that we were just climbing. But I'll be real with you guys. I can't wait to get back to Tbilisi. I'm tired. I went to the gym yesterday. I didn't tell you guys this. I went to the gym yesterday. Proper gym sesh for the first time in honestly like a couple of weeks. And then I was doing all of this. I don't know what. I succeeded. I was at the head of the group. So we're working here. We're making progress. Okay, guys, so that food was delicious. It was definitely a great way to wrap up all of today's events of going to seeing the mineral water, to exploring the caves of this very ancient civilization. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in post-production, I'll be able to interject a little bit more information about just all that we saw today, because it was quite overwhelming just how much history and scope there was, and that I didn't always get that information due to the language barrier. But all in all, I had a great time. It's so interesting being in this part of the world. You know, you're being caught between Western influence and Russian influence. Definitely can tell that by all the Russian speakers here. But you also have, I notice like a friendliness, especially when people find out that I'm American, of like, oh, like, cool motherfucker, what my country represents in the best of times, cool motherfucker type shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no. I don't even know how to conclude. We have I'd say about 4 hours until we get back to Tbilisi. Maybe. I'm really hoping it's not 4 hours straight, because I definitely know I'm going to need to go to the toilet because I just drank all that juice. Drink all that juice. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for following along with me. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're into this type of content. I make new videos every single week. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace and love. Bye.